It's late at night. The glow of your phone lights up the room. You tap Add to Cart on a new pair of shoes, a gadget you don't really need, maybe an expensive jacket. But instead of hitting Checkout, you close the app and go to sleep. Retailers usually classify that as a failed sale, but the data tells a different story. In March 2026, the EOL Group, a leading consumer research firm in Taiwan, released a comprehensive snapshot of digital shopping behaviors. They found that nearly 70% of all consumers deliberately put items in their digital carts to delay paying for them. For years, e-commerce platforms treated an add to cart click as a near-guaranteed purchase. The reality is much colder. Women, in particular, use this tactic at significantly higher rates. Nearly half of female shoppers do this frequently or every time they shop, explicitly securing time to evaluate their choices. The modern shopping cart acts as a psychological waiting room, a private space where consumers wrestle with hesitation before the final click. So, once an item is parked in that waiting room, how long does the evaluation process take? This chart maps out exactly how long items sit before a purchase is finalized. You can see a massive spike right here between day 3 and day 7. Nearly 60% of shoppers eventually pull the trigger during this precise timeframe, creating a highly specific window for a successful sale. But when we break this down by age, the curve splinters. Shoppers in their 60s move fast. Nearly a third of them lock in their choices and check out within just 2 to 3 days. On the flip side, consumers in their 40s show intense caution. For this group, the timeline stretches stubbornly past the 30-day mark. Over half of them will let items sit for a month or simply wait until the stock completely runs out before letting go. The time a product spends sitting idle is a highly calculated evaluation period, dictated heavily by the distinct habits of different generations. We know when the checkout happens, but the more pressing question is why people wait in the first place. The core driver across the board is strict risk management. Over 56% of shoppers hold off because they are terrified of overpaying. They use the cart as a convenient bookmark while they scour other platforms to guarantee they are getting the absolute best price. The tactics shift depending on who is holding the phone. Shoppers in their 30s treat the cart like a math simulator. Half of them swap items in and out specifically to test free shipping thresholds and calculate exact discount combinations. 20-somethings operate differently. They experience a clear thrill from claiming an item and adding it to their list, but a quarter of them ultimately abandon the cart because of strict, real-world budget limitations. And then there is a highly strategic faction. Over 20% of users deliberately leave their items stranded, forcing a standoff where they wait for the platform to blink and email them an extra discount code. Every abandoned cart is a silent, high-stakes negotiation between a consumer's desires, the limits of their wallet, and the platform's pricing opacity. Retailers often bombard users with urgent checkout now notifications the minute they navigate away. This completely misreads the situation, interrupting a phase designed for careful reflection. In order to adapt, platforms have to completely rethink the cart's architecture. It needs to evolve into a personal decision-making interface. This means building in side-by-side specification comparisons and transparent budget tracking directly on the page. Marketers also have to respect the data. Instead of immediate pressure, retargeting ads and strategically timed coupon drops must align with that crucial 3 to 7 day decision window to actually assist the buyer. Finally, the checkout experience should adapt to the user's age. A platform could offer built-in budget limiters for a 20-something, while providing hyper-detailed technical specs and longer cart retention times for a cautious 40-something. The EOL Group's data confirms that the pause before a purchase represents a peak of consumer agency, a moment where the buyer takes control of the transaction. Thank you for joining us here at Salon. 满眼晴朗